here tonight. Olynyk Clinic, as Rockets Twitter would say. How has the Rockets style of play opened up your game even more?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great opportunity for me to come over here and do some things on the basketball floor. And obviously in Silas's system, it's been great. Just having that freedom and that flow. Able to do a bunch of different things out there and just take advantage where I see fit.
When the Houston Rockets traded away Victor Oladipo, I immediately ignored who they got in return once I saw who they actually got. Kelly Olynyk and Avery Bradley. Yuck. That was my first thought. But as if Kelly ironically heard me, he has been bowling out for the Houston Rockets ever since he got traded. So let's talk about it. Let's discuss how good Kelly has been, how vital he is on the court, and should the Rockets decide to re-sign him. Let's first talk about why the Rockets should look to extend him. Kelly for his career is known to be a stretch big. Space the floor, grab some rebounds, and be a nice role player. The 12 points and 6 rebounds that he averages this year sort of justifies this description. But in Stephen Silas' system, where he has been able to get an extended role, he has been turning heads. How's this the case? Well, let's look at the game tape, shall we? Once becoming a Houston Rocket, in the 15 games that he has played at the time of this recording, Olynyk has been averaging 17.9 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 2.6 assists per game. The craziest part though about his averages is that not only is Olynyk currently shooting 58% from the field, but also 43% from 3 on 5 attempts a night. Now obviously Kelly won't be able to keep this type of shooting up. It's just unheard of. Not even the likes of Stephen Curry or Klay Thompson can shoot this well throughout a whole regular season. But the main reason why the Houston Rockets should really consider re-signing him is the versatility that he brings to the frontcourt. I mean, when Houston first traded for him, one of the first things that head coach Stephen Silas said about him was how eager he was in trying to unlock the versatility within him. So, the Rockets already do have a very talented young center in Christian Wood, who can not only finish down low, but he can spread the floor. Can you imagine how much Olynyk is going to be able to help Christian's game while making the defense work at the same time? If these two are out on the perimeter, you can't leave them open. They are knockdown shooters who will make you pay. As we mentioned, Kelly is shooting 43% from 3, and Wood, well, he's not so far off from Kelly at 38%. I'm going to repeat this one more time. These two are forwards and centers that are shooting this well from the perimeter. I honestly don't think that there's any other team in the NBA that has a combo like that. But at the same time, if Wood goes down low, teams have to be aware of potentially sending a double now. You gotta choose who to leave on defense in order to double. And with a lineup that consists of knockdown shooters, such as Olynyk, Sterling Brown, Armani Brooks, and Daniel House Jr., you're risking it at this point. Wood is a very good passer, and these four combine to have a 39.9% 3-point average. For context, if we were to look at the best 3-point shooting team this year, the number 1 team in the league shoots a 3-ball at 42%. The second is at 39%. Now, at the same time though, Kelly isn't perfect, and there are reasons as to why Houston might need to let him walk. We already know that Houston is in a rebuilding mode. They aren't looking to win games. So, does it make the most sense to keep a quality forward that can spread the floor, rebound the ball, and help to make the extra pass? Not so much. But besides this viewpoint, the main reason why the Rockets should avoid potentially extending him is actually the contract offer. Teams fell into this trap literally only a couple of years ago. Teams will continue to fall in love with dudes that can shoot the ball. Combine that with the fact that he's a center, and boom, you're going to get at least $10 million a year. A pretty penny to say the least. The main issues though with Olynyk is that he has been a very streaky shooter historically. I know he's shooting very well right now, but he has had many games with the Heat, and before the Heat, the Celtics, where he'd have an extended stretch of games where he shoots very well, but then followed up with a large amount of games where he struggles to keep it kindly. And the problem with these types of players is that they're just lacking the consistency. One of the best examples I can bring up would be Danny Green from last year. He wasn't the elite defender that he used to be, but he was still pretty good, and he did shoot the 3 ball at a good level during the regular season, at nearly 37%. But then Green's streakiness kicked in at the worst time possible, the playoffs. Struggled from 3, 32%, and just became a liability on the offensive end, if we're keeping it honest. As a result, considering that the Rockets have had a poor historical 3-point shooting during the playoffs, do they really want to have somebody who would likely also be getting around $11 to $14 million that can get hot quickly, but at the same time, be able to get into a cold streak just as fast? And combine this with the fact that Kelly isn't that good of a defender on a poor defensive team, there are big positives and negatives with Olynyk. As a result, what I believe the Rockets should do is this. Re-signing Olynyk will be solely due to how much money he wants. If it's around $7 to $10 million, that's a great deal for Houston. He will be providing nice spacing, and at the worst, he'd be a contract filler in any potential trade if it doesn't work. However, if he's asking for more than $11 million, he can take the door. There are more and more undrafted forwards that are coming in this league that are able to spread the floor. Ironically, look no further than Christian Wood. Let me know what you guys think. Until next time, peace.